All right, y'all. Good morning. So basically, I got a story for y'all. So basically, this guy that works for Trump, or that worked with Trump, claims that he knows what you should do, you know, to to help Trump, become president. The former, President Trump, as they say. And basically, the reason he says this is because he was his ambassador when he went to Spain and Andorra. And these countries are, over there in Europe. And basically, he has experience, on what he's good at. So, this is, one of the things, that is happening, in the world of politics. While, you have Democrats on the one hand using the media, the corporate media, as they say, you have the step down of Joe Biden and the step up of Kamala Harris. And of course, you see Joe Biden endorse Kamala Harris. And what you see that is that you finally start to see why Kamala Harris became vice president. And you can see that on many different ways, as she got nominated now to become president. Let's see if that's really what it takes for Democrats to have a president back in the White House. But again, with that said, you have a former President Trump, who, again, if you look at the way he is promoting himself, changed his last name from Pence to Vance. And not just that, the other thing is that, the way he is promoting his thing. You got to remember, President Trump is not a politician. President Trump is a businessman. So again, as a businessman, he came into the world of politics to show the world exactly how it's supposed to be done. And that's exactly what he did. He had, if you remember his first presidential election, he went against 4 other really good politicians. Yet again, they had no clue of what a business is. They had a clue of what the world of politics is like, but they had never gone against somebody that's an expert in the world of business. So again, you have now update. President Trump does not win, or former President Trump does not win re-election. And again, an update, now that the elections, the promotion of that is happening. What is happening? What have you seen? So pretty much what you've seen is that President Trump now has his own convention, his own conferences. So again, he does not use the media, the corporate media, like Democrats do. He has his own team of, his own team of media group to promote him. And of course, if you want to support him, you can do by attending his rallies, his conferences, and all that kind of stuff. And not just that, the other thing is, if you compare him to the Democrats, what do? They pretty much talk bad stuff about former President Trump through their allies and through social media, pretty much Fox News and all those guys, CNN. Why? Because they see that President Trump's doing something different, and that's pretty much the end of that story. On to the second story, which is pretty much on crypto. So right now, if you're in crypto, the good thing to buy is Solana. Solana is one of the leading cryptocurrencies that are that is pretty much rising. So pretty much on Solana, you just gotta press like buy, okay? And the other cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin, and you have what's that other one? Cardano. They're also going up in the field, and that's what's happening when it comes to that. Cryptocurrency is a very, very tough game. It's not something that you get rich overnight, rich quick scene. And basically you have to be patient. If you're gonna buy a Solana right now, you're gonna advise for you to don't take this as financial advice, but I'd say that look at the charts a little bit, look at the graphs a little bit, zoom in, zoom out, see how it's done throughout the years, and of course go from there. So again, as that is said and done, basically what's happening is that pretty much it's one of those things that happens. All right. All right, y'all. So I have a third story as well, and of course, click subscribe, and of course like the video, comment, let me know what y'all think. And basically, this third story is off of the Olympics, that are happening in Paris. Today the opening ceremony is happening at 10:30 a.m. and already early in the morning, they decided that it was a good idea to attack the train rails, of the train, and as people say, there's a lot of tourists that are gonna go over there to the Olympics. A lot of people, who own a business over there decided to head out of the city because, so many tourists are gonna be there. And basically, their quick realization for some of the people that stayed there is that there isn't that many tourists at the Olympics. Yeah, the thing is, that people, if you go back a little bit to the history about the Olympics, is that they expect for it to be like, they expect it to be like, New York City when it's, jam-packed, all over the place. And it's not really like that, it's pretty much different, and you can see that, if you really keep up with the Olympics and how things have gone. Remember, the thing about this is that it's attracting a different crowd. It's not, the Olympics is, it's attracting a different sort of athlete, and it's not the Super Bowl or the World Cup. So you got to take that into consideration, and make sure that you root for your team, but at the same time, um, stay aware of who's going to win. And basically, from what I've watched, basketball and soccer have already started, even though the opening ceremony hasn't taken place. And there's some pretty good basketball teams out there. South Sudan played the USA, and they won by 1 point. It's not like the USA was like winning throughout the first 2 quarters, but they managed to win. Again, if you go back to the last year's Olympics, I think it was last year's, they played France, and France won on the first game, and then they made it to the finals and faced the USA again, and that's where the US won. Anyways, as you can see, the Olympics is taking place, and people who were thinking of traveling to train, some of the train rides that they were supposed to take got canceled, not because of the arsonist attacks, but because although it did impact that, they got canceled and they had to rent a car instead. Anyways, change your plans. And with that said, pretty much to sum it up, who are you going to be voting for? Is it going to be Trump or whoever is going to be the Democratic Party's nominee? Again, you got to remember, take some notes on what has happened. Again, crypto, take a quick look at that. Make sure you're staying up to date as far as should you buy or should you sell. And the other thing, look at the graphs. Look at the graphs real good, and the next thing, is that the Olympics are happening. What are you going to be doing for the Olympics? Are you going to watch the Olympics, the opening ceremony, the games, sports? Let me know in the comments. And of course, click the subscribe button and like the video as well.